Why hell? Why does a good God have a place like hell for human beings who have done perhaps limited amount of transgressions or sins? Part of it is obviously we're dealing with an infinite God, right? It's not simply the limit or extent of our sins. It's also if I spill juice on my best friend. It's mean, it's not good, but it's not a death sentence either. But if you're in the White House, so the president you respect, and you spill juice on him, that is a death sentence to your relationship with him, right? That's a sort of apologetic analogy we can take with this. We can also take it in the way that John takes it, right? So he speaks about the way in which the chaff have to be burned, right? And this is an analogy that Jesus, broadly speaking, also picks up. Jesus is not afraid of using agricultural analogies or parables because that is one of the main and larger things that would have been available to him as far as environment at the time. But this idea that the chaff have to be burned, right? There's no question whether the chaff will be burned, right? So this goes to show, in the same way that this analogy is pregnant as far as the axe being laid at the root of a tree, right? If a tree does not bear fruit, that tree has to be taken by its root, right? And burned by the fire. Why is that? Because there is no other ontological use for trees or for useless agricultural elements like these other than to be burned, right? That is the point here. It's not that Jesus or the Lord or God is being unjust here, but there is literally no other use for such a useless thing than for it to be burned and make fire. And in this respect, if we extend the analogy, it is for what? It is for the glory of God, right? And we can see this line of thinking really borne out luxuriously in Romans chapter 9. So that's sort of when we speak about biblical theology, that's how we can sort of connect all these threads. But it is not just out of mere spite, right, that the Lord is doing these things.